leaving Taiwan today. Actually, leaving Taiwan right now. Let's go. Welcome to the Philippines. I think it's been about 5 years. Finally made my way back here. It's at least been 4 years, if not 5. So I'm gonna be staying in Manila for about 10 days. There's definitely gonna be a lot of food involved. But not tonight, a little late, gotta go sleep. It's good to be back. Good morning, Manila. Oh, that's humid. And that is beautiful. Actually, that is really humid. Let's go eat, and I know exactly what I want. Hey, Jerry's. I think Jerry's was the first restaurant I've ever eaten at when I came to the Philippines. Oh, there's a 7-Eleven. Definitely check that out later. So today, and probably for the next couple days, just gonna walk around Manila, and whatever looks good, I'm gonna eat it. Oh, I love this. There's so many little food stalls all around me. Yeah, this is it right here. Every time I'm back in the Philippines, first thing I crave is a plate of sizzling sisig. I love how this place opens at 7 o'clock in the morning, because sisig was the last thing I craved before I fell asleep last night. It's the first thing that popped in my head when I woke up this morning. This place's hours is actually pretty incredible. It's open from 7 in the morning till 1 in the morning, so wow. That's dedication. Oh, this smells incredible. Smell the vinegar and all the little bits of pork parts. There's nothing like it. Of course, I eat sisig outside the Philippines. It doesn't taste like this. I wish I got a bigger plate. I should have got the family size. This is everything I was looking for in my first bite of sisig here in the Philippines. Actually, it might be better. This is the spiciest sisig I think I've ever had. The pork is really, really fatty. A little organy flavor. Got some nice crunch from the onions. They put a lot of chilies in the sisig, and they also give you hot oil if you want more heat. This is so much better than anything I could have found at a hotel. Also, I miss this, the lovely citrus from the calamansi. This has actually got a huge kick. The rice is delicious, the egg is good. For me in the Philippines, this is the breakfast of my dreams. Absolutely spectacular. So good, thank you so much. Very, very good. Thank you. Well, yeah, that was definitely a lot of craving satisfied. So I seem to have stumbled on I don't know, this is like a Chinese street or something? Chinese restaurant, Chinese restaurant, Chinese restaurant. 3 Chinese restaurants in a row almost. Yeah, tons of Chinese restaurants all around here. All right, I just have to try Chinese food in the Philippines. And this restaurant, the menu looks pretty authentic. So I got a wonton because that's what they're advertising as their best dish. So we'll see. My wonton's here. This looks really good. So there's some veg in here, some seaweed, little bits of dry shrimp in here as well. Wontons look nice and plump. I asked them if they make it here. They said yes. Oh yeah, there's definitely homemade wontons. No veg in the wontons, just pork. Not too bad. Added some hot oil and vinegar. It's an okay wonton. Also got some spicy stir-fried beef. That's really good. That's definitely better than the wontons. This is a really authentic dish. Beef is super tender. They used the right chilies for this dish. Rice is delicious. This is freaking delicious. This is a good restaurant. Glad I found it. Lunch number 2, on my way to a seafood market that's not too far from where I'm staying. I think that's it. Outside, tons of fresh fruits. Looks like some mangosteens, sour sap. Definitely gonna pick some of that up on the way out. Question is, how do I get inside this fish market? Oh,
here.
It's in there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So this is kind of like Dampo where I went before. So there's everything from lobster to giant prawns to crab, squid. Oh my God, look at the size of those freaking lobsters. All sorts of different fish. It's not a huge market, and I heard you're supposed to come here like really early in the morning and get the best seafood. A lot of these stalls are empty. Oh yeah, these clams are definitely fresh. Thank you, thank you. Got some clams. It's a lot of crabs. Oh, it's running away. Oh, hey buddy. Oh, you gotta get off the staircase. So what they do here, they bring the seafood upstairs and they cook it for you. There's about 4 restaurants on this level. Yeah, I have no idea which one's good. And this is definitely a very, very local market. And I'm not sure if I got a good deal on the seafood or not. Everything included, I think I spent close to 2,000 pesos. So that's including the kilo of crab, the kilo of the live shrimp. Those are the most expensive seafood items. At today's conversion, so I spent about $35 on the seafood. They were selling me pretty hard to come to this restaurant though. And a couple of the vendors that I bought the seafood from, apparently their boss owns this place. So hope it's good. Food is here, or a couple of the dishes are here. Looks pretty good. I got all the seafood cooked different ways. I'm really excited for the live shrimp because they look so fresh. So this is the butter garlic shrimp covered in garlic, got a ton of butter. And the fish I got is a lapo, and that's a local name in the Philippines given to a type of grouper. And this is covered in sweet and sour sauce with veggies on top. It looks like it's deep fried as well. Okay, wow, that looks pretty good. Finally, my clams. Very simple, just made it into a soup. For me, there's 2 types of ways to cook clams that I absolutely love. One is this, just in some clear broth with some ginger and scallions. And the other is to stir fry it in some black bean sauce. Some chilies, some calamansi, got a bowl of rice. Let's eat. These little shrimp, you can pretty much just pop them in your mouth and just munch it up like that. Wow. The shrimp is really good. Definitely super, super fresh. Yeah, that is about as tender of a shrimp as I've ever had in my life. With its own bit of natural sweetness, you can pop the whole thing in your mouth or take out the head, just suck on it. For some concentrated umami, there's a lot of butter in here. It's very garlicky, a little sweet, and it's not bad. It's pretty good. I mean, it definitely cooked it in a way that you're able to just crunch on the whole shrimp, the head, the whiskers, the feet, the tail. So it's like you're eating the soft, tender shrimp and a shrimp chip at the same time. I wish though this was a little more spicy. Let me try this too. Dunk these in some vinegar. Wow, that's not bad. Definitely cuts down the richness a lot. I feel like these shrimp, you really don't need to do much to it. And just tasting its natural flavors would have been perfect. I mean, this dish itself might be a little too buttery for me, but again, the shrimp itself is just so good. Let's try this. Let's give this a taste. I think this is gonna be so good. Oh yeah. Perfect. Little scallion, little ginger. The rest is just that amazing, slightly briny flavor of the clam. Oh, that's so tender, incredible. I guess if you want a little heat, you can take a nibble of the chilies. That's just so good. And this is just from half a kilo of clams. There's so much of that nice clammy flavor in this. I might like this more than the shrimp, just because this is so nostalgic for me. All right, let's try this fish before it gets cold. So sweet and sour fish, deep fried sweet and sour sauce on top. Oh, look at that glistening white flaky meat underneath the fried skin. Wow, that looks juicy. I think this is gonna be really good. That's really good. It's nicely fried, crunchy on the outside, sweet, tender meat on the inside. This fish, not a lot of bones, which I like. The meat, incredibly mild. And I do like the fact that the sweet and sour sauce is not overly sweet. Yeah, they cooked this one very, very well. Hit it with a splash of calamansi juice. I think with a little citrus, this could be even better. Much better. A little citrus. Eat it with the shallots. This fish is so freaking good. I think both the choice of fish and the way they cooked it, perfect. This is a great way to eat this fish. The meat is so tender, so it creates such a nice contrast to the crunchy outer shell. Can't stop eating this. Ridiculously good. Last thing to try are these mud crabs. 2 whole crabs. And this one is a chili crab. Sweet. Ooh. Very spicy. crab, of course, tender, succulent. Whenever you go to a fish market in Asia, and you see mud crabs, I highly recommend you get it. The reason I love these things, to me, they're just about as tender and as sweet as blue crabs, but unlike blue crabs, you get much more meat. It's less of a hassle to crack open, and unlike Dungeness, I think these taste way better than Dungeness, by the way. Dungeness come with a slightly briny flavor. It's not very sweet. These, they're sweet, they're not briny whatsoever, and some people might like the briny flavor, but for me, I like my crab as sweet as possible. Yeah, I think my favorite thing out of the 4 dishes, it's gotta be the fish. That fish is absolutely incredible. They made it really, really well here. Then, I love the clam soup. Always one of my favorites. Simple, light, but so much umami. Crab's amazing. I like the shrimp itself. I do feel like this dish has a little too much butter. Overall though, for $35, and I don't know how much it costs for them to cook this, but this is an incredible meal for what I paid. All right, gotta start eating before it gets cold. See you in a bit. So cooking the meals came out to be about 25 US dollars equivalent. 25, 26, not a bad deal. I don't know how much exactly locals would have paid. So for me, about $50, $60 for that whole thing. That's an incredible value. All right, definitely wanna get some fruit before I head back to the hotel. So got some local fruit. This I never had before. This is called Laguna Lazunes, and they're pale yellow colored fruit. Kind of look like a oval longan. So when you peel them open, oh, they kind of look like garlic cloves on the inside. So when you peel everything off, yeah, it looks like a lychee or a longan, and it has multiple cloves to it, and the texture is kind of sticky. This thing's delicious. It's sweet, it's tart. Make sure you peel all this outer layer of skin off because that's gonna be a little bitter. The texture is very similar to lychee. Oh, this is fantastic. Little pit in the middle. Actually, I would say like a combination of between lychee and mangosteen. Really sweet and tart. More on the sweeter side. Such a delicate flesh too. And speaking of mangosteen, I have not had a fresh mangosteen in such a long time. And if you guys don't know the trick, you count how many of these petals are on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, that means there's 7 sections to this mangosteen. Squeeze it. Oh, it opens so easily. If you ever try to open one of these mangosteens you buy from, I don't know, like Missouri at these grocery stores, it's like a rock. And these just open with barely any resistance. Oh, that's so good. These actually taste remarkably similar. There's a reason they call this the queen of fruits. I think if I lived in Southeast Asia, I would actually like fruit. All right, gonna head to the gym for a while and then dinner. All right, it's dinner time, and originally I was planning on going to a night market tonight, but it is raining like crazy, so just walking around the neighborhood around my hotel again. And this place is known for their crispy kare kare. I want a crispy kare kare. Also, they have sinigang na bangas here, so I had to get that as well. Okay, this is a lot of food. I did not anticipate this. This is their crispy kare kare. I've never had a crispy kare kare before. Kare kare is usually beef stewed in very rich, thick peanut sauce. I never had the pork version before though. Love it. I mean, this is a super rich dish already, but with fried pork belly involved, oh my gosh, this is beyond rich. This sauce is really thick and peanutty. The pork belly, beautifully fried, very crispy, and this is their signature dish here. So this thing is just extra, extra rich. I think it's extra, extra delicious as well. Even better when you add a little bit of the shrimp paste. This thing adds so much more depth and its own blast of umami. I'm okay though, because I also got an order of sinigang with milkfish. When you're eating something ultra rich, this is the perfect dish to eat it with. Ah, that is a vinegary soup. Wow, it's actually super rich itself. This fish tastes like just swimming in collagen, balanced out quite nicely by that vinegary flavor. The milkfish, always tender, always delicious. It's so soft and flaky and buttery. And the soup is rich because they're using all the fattiest parts of the milkfish. This crispy version though, just that additional crispy texture from the pork and that extra fattiness really elevates this dish. Both of these dishes are ultra comfort food here in the Philippines. This is so nice to just walk out of the hotel, you see a neighborhood like this, there's eateries like this all around, and you're sitting here eating, you hear karaoke in the distance. Yeah, then you know you're definitely in the Philippines. These two dishes are classics, but this restaurant really has its own take here. The sinigang is probably the richest I've had. Not only is this fish incredibly tender and mild, it soaks up that nice tangy flavor from the soup. Also the vegetables in here, there's chilies, there's some shallots, tomatoes. There's like a medley of flavors inside this tangy broth. I'm sweating bullets here. It's still so awesome. And in the kare kare, there's some green beans, some eggplant. This thing is just great when you cover it completely with their peanut sauce. And I don't know if they make their shrimp paste here or not, but that is delicious shrimp paste. Yeah, this thing is so nutty and rich, a little sweet. Ah, it's just perfect with rice. I wanted to get in their sisig as well, because sisig is something I always crave. Glad I did. This is a lot of food. Making good progress though. Oh, this neighborhood actually smells really good. It smells like burnt firewood. Somebody's cooking somewhere. It's actually this place. Wow, this place is hopping. Ontiveros. Oh, look at this. Well, okay. I think I gotta get some of this. This looks delicious. Look at that sisig sizzling. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh, chicken liver. Yeah. Yes, please.
Just put it there.
Estong? Estong, right? Estong.
Yeah.
Pork intestines?
Yeah, those are pork. I think one is like a small and then that one is a large one.
Is this the same thing here?
No, this one is the kidney.
Kidney.
I think this one's a spleen.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is chicken gizzard.
Oh, chicken gizzard. Oh yeah, I gotta get some chicken gizzard. Yeah, this looks good.
This one's ears.
What is this?
Ears.
Ears? Oh, that is the best. The ears are the best.
Do you get the healthy stuff or no?
This is not the healthy stuff?
No, that's the healthy one.
This is the healthy stuff?
Yeah.
What is that?
This is
Chicken
not
wing?
healthy. That's the chicken. That's the.
Oh, that's just the whole like half a chicken. Okay. Oh, the pork belly.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay. You know what? I love this stuff. It's. I always say it's what's on the inside that counts.
Yeah.
You know. Can I get a sisig?
Sisig now.
All right. Thank you for your help.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm waiting for my.
You're waiting for your order too. Oh, you got a lot. Have a good dinner, man.
Yeah. You too.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you. All right, this thing cooked up in like 5 minutes. Oh! Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Splash of calamansi. I love how in the Philippines, your utensils are just 2 spoons. Now that is a sizzling sisig. All crispy on one side. Oh, that's so good. One bite, and you no longer need to apply lip balm. This thing is a sticky, delicious, toasty pig parts. My favorite thing in the Philippines. So the skewers are out. There's some vinegar and soy sauce. Let me just taste this. I don't know if they added any salt to this or not. Chicken intestines. They added a little bit of salt. I love a ton of vinegar. This is something I missed a lot. They're so good, so good, so good. Chicken intestines. I love the chewy texture. I also love how burnt this is. So you get a little slight bitterness from the char inside the intestines. That's the good stuff. I call it innards umami. It basically tastes like innards puree inside the intestines. It's so organy and nice. I'm gonna splash all this in vinegar. Wow. Chicken liver, amazing. Chase all that with some sisig. Ah, that's good. Chicken gizzard, get some shallots and chilies on this stick. Toasty, smoky, I love the chew. Oh, the sisig is next level. Look at this. Giant piece of pig ear. Wait, is this pig ear? This looks like pork belly. I don't think that's pig ear. That tastes like just the fat part of the pork belly. So once grilled, this thing is just toasty fat, like really delicious toasty fat. This is the best thing here. Large intestines, kissed by the flames. That thing is all tender and fatty with a bit of organy flavor. feel like no matter how full I am, I always have room for a plate of sisig and some skewers. And today it's just been such a phenomenal food day. And I'm so happy that it started and is ending with sisig. All right, I'm gonna finish dinner and food adventure continues tomorrow. Good morning. It took me about an hour and a half with traffic to get here, so this was gonna be breakfast, now it's gonna be lunch, but let's get some lechon. Elar's lechon. I thought this place was a bank. Look at this, all the different pictures of lechon in the back. I thought the people in this bank just really like lechon. So you buy your lechon and you get this receipt. You give it to this gentleman here. I'm so hungry right now. So this is my lechon. I don't have a fork or a chopstick or anything. I gotta find a place to eat this. Okay, I am really dumb. So there's a restaurant component to this lechon shop as well. And they serve other stuff besides lechon. It's actually a pretty big sized dining room. And I'm really glad I found out about it so I didn't have to squat somewhere in a street corner and eat this. So big thank you to Michelle, who's the operational manager of this place, who told me about this restaurant. This looks incredible. There's a little buffet sort of setup where you can go and order whatever dishes you want. So they got a bunch of classic Filipino dishes here. And apparently the menu changes every single day. And they're so nice. They chop me up another portion of lechon, and this thing looks beautiful. My mouth is watering so much right now. My first bite of lechon in the Philippines in years, many years, too long. And I've had lechon in other places since then, but you know when you're staring at lechon in the Philippines, this is just a plate of beautiful golden brown, crispy pig skin, and you can see the meat just shining underneath and all that juice that's building up. You can see the fat underneath that crispy skin. Wow. I mean, look at this. The skin is thin, it's glistening. There's a thin layer of fat right underneath the skin. This is too beautiful for words. You don't see this, really. You don't see lechon like this except in the Philippines. Cheers. To say the skin is crispy would be absolutely insulting it. What a fabulous earth-shattering crunch. And there's a side of gravy that comes with the lechon. Dunk lechon in that. Oh my God, it's even better than this gravy. The gravy is rich and thick and a little sweet and fruity. Perfect balance for the lechon. There's nothing like eating lechon in the Philippines. Once you crunch through that amazing skin, it just starts to melt and blend together with the fat and just coat your tongue in this fatty, porky umami. And look at the meat, everything here, it's just so juicy. That's what I love about lechon in the Philippines. You're not gonna find a dry piece of meat. Everything here, it's so juicy. Look at how juicy this is. I mean, you can tell right away, one look. One look, you know that thing is gonna be tender, it's gonna be juicy, it's gonna be melting in your mouth. This is so crazy. I only get this reaction from lechon in the Philippines. As I'm chewing this, my mouth is watering for more. It's that good. And I've never been to this place before, but their lechon is absolutely exquisite. The pork, of course, is fatty on the skin side. The leaner pieces are literally, look at this. You can see the pork just breaking apart. The meat is so soft and tender, zero gaminess. And there's a subtle, natural sweetness to the pork. It's even better when you eat the leaner pieces with the skin and the fat. And then the skin and the fat completely disintegrates and combines with the leaner meat for such a rich, sweet, delicious, umami-filled bite. This lechon they have here is absolutely incredible. I love a giant mouthful of lean meat, skin, and fat. And if you just chew the meat itself without the gravy or anything, the more you chew, the more of that nice aromatic flavor from the herbs and spices starts to fill your mouth. This is one of my favorite meals in the Philippines so far. Oh, I miss lechon so much. Sometimes I forget how much I miss it until I take my first bite. Again, I've had lechon in a lot of places around the world, but ain't nothing like eating it here. In this place, the people are so nice. The pig is so good. A lot of the stuff on that food counter looks amazing as well. For dessert, got a flan. You definitely need something sweet after lechon. This thing, silky, smooth, rich custard with a wonderful caramel flavor and just a hint of vanilla. Well, this was definitely worth the 90-minute cab ride to get here. Traffic in Manila is no joke. Just arrived at Quinta Market. There's so many people in front of this stall, and they serve this dish called sotong hong overloaded. This is something that I don't think I've ever tried in the Philippines. And sotong hong is a type of Filipino noodle dish. The cellophane noodles are called sotong hong. And this thing is sitting in a broth with lettuce, and I got it overloaded, which means it came with chunks of pork. There's supposed to be an egg in here as well. And like I said, there are so many people. There's a line around the stall just to get this thing. Okay, so it's a very meaty, savory broth. Pork is good, pretty tender, seasoned well. This thing definitely needs some vinegar. Oh yeah, so much better. This thing is a very meaty soup. I actually really do appreciate the crunch from the vegetables. The noodles, as you can see, they're mumping noodles. It's been sitting in this meaty cauldron, so it's soaked up all that nice flavors. And actually these noodles are not overly soggy. They're way less soggy than I thought they would be. This is very nice with the vinegar. I think the egg's a good touch. The yolk also soaked up all that nice soup. I definitely recommend getting the pork. The pork is delicious. This country, I'm so glad they love vinegar as much as I do. I mean, it was good, very nice savory soup before the vinegar. Afterwards, phenomenal. That soup is so good. Also, I got this. This is biko, sticky rice cake. This is so good. Delicious, chewy rice. And on top, it's a syrupy, caramel-like topping that tastes like it's made from brown sugar. I taste a little coconut in here. After that savory soup, this is so good. So this market's got a ton of stuff. In the market, you can buy all sorts of different fresh produce, fruits. There's clothing, there's home goods, and some beautiful looking carrots. Look at that.
Sorbet po. Parang buko siya yung ice.
So there's just random people selling sorbet and they're making it fresh on their carts. So this is coconut sorbet. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
po. Salamat.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow. Oh, this is good. Real shaved coconuts in here. Oh man, it's super icy and sweet. This tastes more like a coconut shaved ice than anything else. This is absolutely delicious. 10 out of 10, especially on a sweltering day like this. Oh, amazing. I eat this all day long. So good. Real coconut shavings in here too. By the way, I have people asking me all day where I'm from in the Philippines, because apparently I look extremely Filipino. I like blending in. So this area has so much stuff. Every few blocks seems to be something different. So this area is all about electronics. There's tools, there's speakers, and there's Lumpia. Let's get a Lumpia. And apparently this place is famous. So look at this. A lot of celebrities came here, I assume. Got a fresh lumpia. By the way, it is sweltering here. I gotta find the ice cream guy again. There's a couple packs of sauce and 2 fresh lumpia in the order. Smells really good. Whoa, this is freaking outrageous. I've never had a lumpia like this before. The wrapper is ridiculously thin. There's a wasabi kick to this. It's loaded with vegetables. There's some carrots in here, I think some cucumbers, lettuce, a lot of peanuts. And I think tofu. All the flavor comes together so well. Man, that wrapper just disintegrates once you take a bite. It's so thin. There's a smoky flavor to this as well. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. This is amazing. I don't even need the sauce on this. Went ahead and added some sauce on there anyway, just to see what that tastes like. Sauce a little sweet. Oh, for some reason, this one tastes different than my last one. Way more sweet, way more peanutty. Actually, I'm dumb. It's just the same. I think there's more peanuts in here. More peanuts, a little more sugar in here. These are incredible lumpias. Again, never had anything like this before. So good. Oh man, there's a storm rolling in right now. All right, let me see if I can grab some more food before I have to get out of here. This is really interesting. I've been seeing a lot of people eat this. I have no idea what it is. It looks like dried fish and they grill it over charcoal. It looks good. So this is dry squid grilled over charcoal. There's a chili sauce, you dump it in with some onions and chilies. It's like a grilled squid jerky, wow. That sauce is spicy. When you grill this squid, it kind of turns into like a squid chip. That's pretty darn good, especially for 10 pesos. All right, it's coming down. See if I can find a restaurant or some place to duck into. This looks good. Whoa, this looks really good. Let's go eat here. Choli Dada's Eatery. So they serve pancit here in Pabak. Oh, this was a Manila street food documentary series. Was that on Netflix? So this place is known for their palabok, and palabok is a very popular noodle dish in the Philippines. It's basically clear noodles covered in this sauce that has a signature bright orange hue. It's made with shrimp paste, different herbs and spices, and inside there's also egg, and also another topping is chicharron blaklak. Oh, it's really good. The rice noodles, springy, nice and chewy. It's a very rich, thick sauce, and you can definitely taste the shrimp with incredibly bold flavors. They told me to add some hot oil. That's always a good call in pretty much any noodle dish. Better with the heat. This thing is pretty much a noodle umami bomb. There's so much umami coming from the sauce. There's some peanuts in here as well. The egg also making it creamier and richer. Try this. The chicharron is incredible. That thing is fresh out of the fryer. Super crispy and rich and incredibly porky. Just incredibly porky. Oh, I did not stir this very well. There's also, on this end, there's some tofu and some kind of paste on the bottom. Oh yeah, squid in here as well for some additional texture and even more umami. Wow, that hot oil, that thing has a ferocious kick. I'm so glad I got this too. Halo halo. I will definitely need it after this dish. Man, this thing is definitely something that's gonna make you sweat. I think it tastes better, especially when it's raining outside. Halo halo looks so good. This thing looks like some crispy rice, some yam, a flan in here as well. This is so amazing. I think halo halo, it's one of those things that I don't think I've ever had a bad one, but it just tastes so much better after either a spicy meal where you've been walking around in the heat. So today, both are the case. I love the yam, I love the flan. There's all this good stuff down here too. Different chilies. All right, after this, I'm gonna have to find a way back to the hotel. Probably gonna take a while. So the rain finally stopped, and there's this area around my hotel. I don't think it's an official night market, but it's got a ton of little food booths that look pretty darn delicious. There's takoyaki, there's fruit shakes, there's shawarma. And then if you walk down a little further, it's filled with these streets with tons of restaurants open, random little food stalls all over the place, and everything smells so good. Ooh. They're literally selling crispy sisig from that little booth. This restaurant, look at this. It's like a bunk bed setup, and there's people sitting up there and down there. Oh, this is an ice cream shop. This Commando's Back Rib Grill, home of the best back rib. And so, sisig kebabs. I'll eat a back rib. A lot of people in here. So there's classic back ribs. You get a spicy. There's also burgers, steaks, sisig, chicken wings, kebabs. All right, got my back ribs. Comes with garlic rice. If you pay 8 pesos more, you get unlimited garlic rice. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, this thing, it smells really smoky. It's definitely fatty, covered in chilies and pepper. Yeah, this thing smells like it just came off the grill. And the second dish I got, I know I've been eating this a lot, but I want to have as much of this as I can before I leave the Philippines. I got another sisig. Like, I can't help it. They told me their sisig is awesome, so I got it, and it's definitely sizzling. Crack the egg on top, splash some calamansi juice. All right, first things first, let's try these ribs. They smell incredible. This is freaking delicious. It's peppery, a little spicy. It's so smoky. There's a nice bit of crust on the top of this meat as well. The garlic rice is so good too. The sauce is delicious, by the way. Not too thick, a little sweet, spicy. That bite was all fat right there. And the sauce and the meat goes really good with this garlic rice. I think 8 pesos for unlimited garlic rice, that's not a bad deal. This is freaking delicious. It's a really good balance of lean meat and fat in this rib. And every time you chew, besides that nice heat that you're getting from the chilies and the peppers, your mouth just fills up with smoke. I can eat this every day. I'm a simple man. Come to the Philippines, give me some classic dishes, I'm good to go. If you're around the airport area, I'm gonna say you gotta try this place out. This is phenomenal barbecue. I would ask for some extra sauce too. That sauce just balances everything out. Wow, this is so good. So good. Every time I see sisig on the menu, I ask them if it's good. Of course, they're gonna tell me it is good. Every time it has been good, but I'm too trusting with these sisig reviews. It's delicious. Way richer this time with the addition of the egg, with the garlic rice instead of the white rice. Oh, so good. I love places that has a lot of ear in their sisig. I love that crunch of the cartilage. This is an immensely satisfying dinner. Definitely feel like I need a dessert. Got some sticky rice cake for dessert. This looks beautiful. Bright purple wrapped in banana leaf. It's good. I was gonna say, it needs shaved coconuts and sugar. Well, this is actually supposed to be a dessert eaten during Christmas time. By the way, it's middle of September. Philippines already set for Christmas. That's so good. I'm so happy today being able to try a bunch of local street food, and also the lechon was amazing. I'm such an idiot for not knowing there was a restaurant attached. I thought it was just a takeout place. Anyway, such amazing lechon. And for tomorrow, I'm not really sure what's on the menu. I think I'm just gonna do it like today, just walk around the neighborhood and just eat whatever looks good. So this is a weekend night market. Yeah, it didn't start raining until halfway here. So this is the Greenfield Weekend Market, and there's not a lot of people here. Everyone's trapped underneath. At least they have these tents for you. I actually think if I had some food, this would be pretty cozy to eat under these tents, but can't really get to the food. So this night market, it looks like a bunch of food trucks. It's a really modern night market. All right, the rain is way less now. So I just got myself some skewers. It's like a bubble tea place. There's a truck that sells fruit juice. Wow, steak truck. Grilled ribeye steak. Bone marrow in a bowl. What? This looks good. Seafood, fries, more barbecue. Okay, this barbecue looks good. Mexican pizza. Well, it's thundering and lightning now. Now the trick is getting the food from the food trucks to under the tent with minimal rainwater dripped on it. Just got my first order of food, chicken intestines, and a butterfly squid. You would never go wrong with one of these. Really smoky, chewy, nice organy flavor. One of my favorite street food items in the Philippines. And I love how typical barbecue sauce in the Philippines always includes some heat. This is the other thing I got, a giant fried squid. Look at this. I don't even know how to eat this. I think I'm gonna just pour some sauce on it. Take a bite like this. Oh, that's a satisfying bite. Giant fried squid. This is something else that you'll see in night markets everywhere in the Philippines. And this thing is cooked so beautifully. Crispy on the outside, on the inside. So soft and tender. Dunk it into the vinegar and chilies. And this thing will come apart in one gentle bite. Wow, that's so good. Take a bite of the chicken intestines. Take a bite of the squid. And also just got my spicy bone marrow. I wish they'd give you a little cracker or a piece of bread to eat this with. I'm just gonna put this on my squid. Cause you know, it's got breading on the outside. That actually works so well. This marrow is intense. Melting your mouth of pure, rich fat. Because the squid is not fatty at all. This thing brings so much richness to that bite of squid. Some vinegar, chilies, add some marrow. I'm telling you, that's a pretty darn good way to eat your bone marrow. And I love this country so much for this. They add vinegar to everything. So even though this country's food is incredibly rich, that vinegar just balances everything out. I don't think I've ever had a pares before. All right, I have a little problem. I think this might have to be my last food of the night because I only have 1,000 peso notes and nobody has change for 1,000 peso notes. Yeah, I don't know if I can buy anything else. This is interesting though. Again, it's something I don't think I've had before in the Philippines. So this is called pares and it's slow cooked beef over garlic rice. Wait, where's the garlic rice? Oh, it comes apart. It's a multi-level container. Whoa, okay, there it is. Oh, that garlic rice looks good. So this is beef tendon. Well, some chunks of beef and some chunks of tendon. This thing smells absolutely incredible. Whoa. This is a little flimsy plastic spoon, and I'm tearing apart this beef like it's nothing. Oh, this is awesome. This is my kind of dish. This garlic rice is superb. Really garlicky. It's got like a burnt garlic flavor. You can tell there's tons of spices in this beef. There's definitely some star anise, probably some cardamom, some cinnamon. So the beef, besides being really tender, this thing is absolutely steeped with flavor. You know what this tastes like? It tastes like Hong Shao Niu Rou, which is a soy sauce braised beef dish in Chinese cuisine. It tastes like that. Really, really tender beef. There's a little heat. There's tons of deep, rich umami cooked into the meat. Oh man, these are the best parts right here. These are the parts with some fat and tendon. I love this. All right, so I broke my 1,000 peso note and I got some spicy cheesy oysters and some mango rice and some fried xiaolongbao. Okay, this looks good. This is from a food truck that was first runner-up for best food truck in Manila, I think. So this is a giant oyster with a lot of cheese on top and chilies and scallions. Mainly got this because it's pricey. That's awesome. Super plump, juicy oysters, and they added a ton of cheese on top. I wish the cheese was more toasted. Like, I like my cheese burnt, but still, this is pretty darn good. I'm really excited for this. One of my favorite food items in all of Southeast Asia is mango sticky rice. And this thing is mango with ube sticky rice, even better. Look how beautiful that purple color is. Juicy, sweet, tangy mangoes, and they put some roasted sesame seeds on top. Rice is good, sticky, sweet. They give you extra syrup to add to this. This is so good and satisfying. I kind of wanted this to be the last thing I eat here after my soup dumplings, but my soup dumplings is still gonna take another 10 minutes. Man, this is good. Mango sticky rice, one of my favorite things in the world. And this thing is only good, really, when the mango's extra sweet, like it is right now. Yeah, this is definitely a fun little night market. And a place I've never been before. Oh, now that I got some change, I really want this drink. All right, got my soup dumplings, and these are fried soup dumplings. Also, got some fresh fruit juice. Ah, so good. Fresh melon juice. Look at this. Fried soup dumplings. So, deep fried, soaked in soy sauce and chilies. Wow, look how thin that skin is. Super thin skin, looks like the filling is ginormous. This is delicious. Nice and juicy, really porky filling. I wish they put the soy sauce on the side though, because that soy sauce definitely is steeped into the skin of the dumplings. Kind of have to pop this whole thing in my mouth so the soy sauce concentrated on one side kind of evenly distributes the flavor. The dough is good. The filling is good. If that thing has some vinegar instead of soy sauce, that'd be even better. That might be the best thing I had tonight. Kind of weird. It's such a fun night market, but there's barely anybody here. It's like maybe 50 people here. I remember the last time I was at a night market in Manila, it was just a sea of people. That was definitely a fun few days going around, eating all the street food. That was one of my favorite things to do in the Philippines. Just wander around, eat whatever looks good, and a lot of stuff looks good. Again, it's so nice to be back. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Until we eat again, see you later.